guys, welcome to this video. My name is Grace Kush and today I'm very excited to be making this video in my scrappy cooking series and in my sustainability journey. Today we're going to be making our own veggie broth. I'm very excited because this is a really sustainable way, and you know, financially it makes sense because you're basically using what you're already getting from vegetables that you would normally just be throwing out or composting. So basically what I do is throughout the month or up to even 6 months, you can cut things off veggies or use onion skins or a lot of different things. The only vegetables that you're not supposed to include are broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts because those will make your broth a little bit more bitter. But any other vegetables, carrots, potatoes, onions, literally anything that you can think of. Basically what you do is anything that you're cutting off of your vegetables when you're making your meals, you can put them in a freezer, and in the freezer, once your bag fills up, then you basically put your veggie scraps into a big stock pot and you fill it up with water and you let it boil and simmer for a long time, and you'll make your own vegetable broth. Because most of the time the pieces that we're cutting off of our vegetables and even fruits, those are most of the time the most nutritious part of the food, and so this way you can get a little bit more out of it, and then the stuff that you boil, then you can compost or throw it away or that sort of thing. So this is very exciting. So I have my freezer bag full, and I also just went through my fridge and got anything. I had some tomatoes that were starting to get a little squishy. They were still good, but they're starting to get a little squishy for my liking. Or I had some celery left over. Basically anything that before it went bad, I just threw it in the broth so then I could use it. So I put my veggies. I'm gonna fill it up with water and I'm gonna let it simmer for a while, and we'll see how this goes. Alrighty, so I let my vegetable broth simmer for about a little over 5 hours. I was very unsure about time frame, and I live in Colorado too, so everything takes longer than most recipes say online. So I let it simmer. Well, it simmered for about 5 hours, and it's late at night and I don't really want to transfer the really hot liquid into jars and that sort of thing, so I want to let it cool. So I'm going to let it cool overnight, and tomorrow we are going to put it in my jars, and I'm doing about 14 ounces, so then it'll be nice and easy where I can make a small batch, or I can use multiple jars, make a large batch of soup or pasta or any of that sort of thing. So we'll fill up those jars tomorrow. Alrighty, so now that all of those jars are full, I labeled them with the date, and I will be putting them in the freezer for up to 5 months. And just make sure that, you know, if you're gonna unfreeze it or when I'm gonna use it for a recipe, I'm gonna put it in the fridge the night before if possible. So then, since I'm freezing with jars, I made sure to leave headspace in the jar so when it expands, it won't crack the jar. And I'm just doing my best not to use plastic. But I've heard a lot of good things about some freezer storage cubes that you can store in like cups or 2 cups, but jars is what I chose to use, and I'm really excited to use this for my recipe. Taste wise, it's not as strong as store-bought veggie broth, but also it doesn't have all those added things, so most of the time veggie broth tastes different because it has lots of sugar and other spices and that sort of thing. I did choose to add some salt and pepper and garlic powder and onion powder. I did include those just to give it a little bit more flavor, but I'm really excited. I actually have a recipe planned. I'm gonna be making some tortilla soup, so I'm gonna use that. I made sure to save some veggie broth just in the fridge. I saved about 64 ounces to make a large batch of tortilla soup, but I'm very excited to make that and see how it goes. But I'm just very proud of myself for using things from vegetables that I already have, and as always, if possible, make sure to compost whatever is left over so you can use it in your garden this upcoming spring. So thank you so much for watching, and there'll be many more videos in this series. If you enjoy it, please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.